G'day all, Chris Fawcett from the Headache and Pain Management Centre here on a beautiful Tuesday morning. Just getting ready to head into work for the day, but I thought I'd share a few things regarding scan results and why they probably don't matter. So I suppose when I see people in the clinic, what we're talking a lot about when people come in is their pain typically, but surprisingly the first thing people say is generally not so much I've got pain in my neck or I've got pain in my back. But the first thing they say is, well, I've got degenerative discs at L4-5, I've got some disc degeneration at C5-6. It doesn't really tell us much about what's happening with their pain. So I thought I'd dispel a few myths regarding scan results and why they probably don't matter when it comes to your pain. The first thing to talk about with scans is that scans don't actually match up to actual pain that you get. So pain and tissue damage are not related. So you can have a lot of tissue damage in your spine, in your joints, in your shoulders, in your hips, but you don't necessarily need to have any pain. So we can have a look at a lot of studies that prove this. So there's a very, very famous study about 20 years ago from Sweden talking about healthy, normal, pain-free volunteers that went to an MRI scan. And what they found is that 39% of them had disc degeneration with nerve root compression. So that sort of sparked off a new wave of research regarding what's actually normal regarding people's scans. What they've since found is that 98% of adults over the age of 50, 98% have disc degeneration in their necks and something over 70% in their lumbar spine. So it's actually more a normal, healthy part of aging rather than any damage. So that's the first point. The second point when it comes to scans is that when you get the scans, as I mentioned before, tissue damage does not equal pain. What pain is basically a signal from your brain that says that there is something that is not quite right either now or could be in the future. Now the important thing about that is that sometimes the brain gets it wrong, where the brain thinks that there is danger or thinks that there could be some danger, but there isn't actually any danger at all. So that's another video for another time. That will probably take another 4 or 5 videos actually to explain all of that, but that's just a really important thing to note. I suppose the most important thing though, and the third thing I'd like to talk about, is that when it comes to spinal pain, like back pain or neck pain or headaches, you can't actually see tight muscles or stiff joints on a scan, which is the most common peripheral thing that causes pain in the first place. So if you've got trigger points in your muscles, if you've got joints that don't move all that great, you can't actually see them on a scan, because on a scan, it's just a photograph of an instant in time, rather than actually having a look at what's functionally happening when you're moving your joints and your muscles. What's important though is that you go to someone who can actually look at the movement, look at the muscles, actually put your hands on and feel the muscles and feel the joints to see if they're stiff, if they're moving properly, to see if it's contributing to your pain picture. Most of the time, pain is a contribution between your brain protecting movement and protecting joints and muscles from either perceived or actual danger, or perhaps there's a peripheral thing where there's a tight muscle or a stiff joint which just needs to be loosened up and moved a little bit better. I hope that's helped a little bit, and if you know someone who's got disc degeneration in their neck or their back and they're a little bit worried about it, I suggest you tag them in this video, because I've got plenty of resources if you'd like regarding disc degeneration. There's a lovely poster which we've got on order from America which explains all this, and I'm happy to send you a preview. So like, share, comment below, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.